Member for Karama.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and can I thank the Minister for an excellent report. Madam Speaker, as you know, I have strong professional experience and a passion for growing our trade and investment opportunities across our dynamic Asian region. And I commend the initiatives taken to date by our CLP government to restore, and I emphasise restore, our relationships in this region. These relationships build on the territory's strengths, including close proximity, complementary business and trade opportunities, and importantly, our local multicultural society with strong links into the region. Madam Speaker, building these strong and productive relationships requires a genuine long-term commitment by the Territory Government to do so. And this requires growing our relationships at the political, business and community levels. Having supported and at times led many Territory trade and investment missions to Asia, including to, but not limited to, Indonesia, Timor-Leste, Malaysia, Singapore, China, Vietnam, Japan, Thailand, South Korea and Taiwan, I can tell you that successful business is achieved, as many of our Asian neighbours will confirm, by becoming trusted friends first. Becoming trusted friends first. And the restoration of a dedicated Minister for Asian Relations sends a strong signal to our regional partners that this government is generally committed to supporting the growth of the Asian region, of which I believe the Northern Territory is truly part of. Madam Speaker, it was the CLP that first established this ministry under former Chief Minister Marshall Perrin, with some of our earlier ministers being Barry Coulter and my good friend and mentor, Darryl Manzi. Let me acknowledge, subsequent Labor and CLP governments recognised the importance of this initiative, with strong support of their various chief ministers, including Claire Martin, Paul Henderson, Terry Mills and Adam Giles. Now, I can honestly say, having supported all of these chief ministers and various other ministers on many overseas missions, that all of them generally promoted the Territory interests when abroad. Noting some of these missions included bipartisan participation with joint involvement of the Leader of the Opposition or their representative. I think that was commendable. And the composition of these missions often included many Territory businesses who were actively developing export and import opportunities in the region, as well as local community leaders who facilitated connection with their existing networks in the region. A clear example of this was the strong support of the 𝒔𝒊𝒂𝒏 family in introducing our other local businesses to their business networks in Timor-Leste. Let me also remind the Assembly that this is a two-way relationship. So that is why we need to explore both export and import opportunities. We often hear the phrase, the Territory is our gateway to Asia. I prefer to say gateway with Asia. And on that note, whilst we often hear about the Territory participating in overseas missions, the flip side is just as important, and that is facilitating overseas missions to come to the Territory to see and hear firsthand about the business and investment opportunities that exist here, including in our 5 critical industry sectors: tourism, defence, agriculture, gas and mining. Now, Madam Speaker, past highlights of my career in government and with the Chamber of Commerce included the hosting of the joint Australia-Japan Cooperation Committee with some 200 plus high-level business people in Darwin in 2014, and the hosting of the Regional Australia-Asia Chambers Conference twice here in Darwin, with the last one having some 230 delegates, including over 120 business delegates from some 10 different countries in Asia and the Indian subcontinent. Once again, they are coming here to look at our opportunities. Madam Speaker, I continue my passion to build our relationships in the region and sharing these opportunities and networks with local business and with our government. These opportunities including meeting with major Vietnamese businesses visiting Darwin this week with a view to establishing a mango processing facility here in Darwin to process dried mango products from our waste mangoes for export across the region. Here is an example of the products that they already produce, and I'll give people a sample of these, including some chocolate tip ones as well. And I connected these investors up with Minister for Agriculture's office. And I'm at the moment helping the Honourable John Rivas, Honourable Consul to the Philippines here in Darwin, to support a trade delegation from the province of Negros Occidental in the Philippines, led by their Governor, Governor Lacson, to Darwin here in May. And I know Minister Carl is looking forward to meeting the delegation when they visit. Now, that particular province I've visited many times, and I can say we have a unique situation where they actually fund their students to come down here to study, and particularly in terms of hospitality and childcare. So they fund their students and these students pay back the government. But they send their students here to learn, and those students work in our hospitality industry, they work in our childcare industry. And I know the Governor is looking to expand that when he comes down here. So that's a really great initiative. And he's also looking, and his delegation is looking at agriculture and tourism opportunities. So, as you can see, we have many opportunities. Now, unfortunately, I believe the Gunner Files Lawler government dropped the ball on this whole exercise. And that's a shame. Now, I heard the Leader of the Opposition talk, and, you know, lots of MOUs. I've seen so many MOUs you wouldn't believe it. And they sound great. Yes, we've signed an agreement, great. And then they get thrown away, dusting on the wall. But as our Asian neighbours will comment, sometimes these are all talk, no action. All talk, no action. But this government, we're serious about recommitting to Asia. We are following this up with action. You've heard the Minister in her report. We talk about aviation coming up. And yes, I know there may have been some work done beforehand. But one of the drivers for the companies to say they're going to develop new aviation links is because they now have confidence in the Northern Territory economy to support such developments. Under Labor, they were saying, oh, thank you very much, but I'm not so sure about that. So, as I said, this is really quite funny, but I really do believe this is important. For us, the region, it's important for our economy, it's important for our social fabric, and let's use our talents that we already have here. That's what we've got to build on. We've got to use, and particularly a lot of our diaspora, they've got connections out through Asia, the Indian subcontinent. Let's use those networks. We don't have to reinvent it all. Let's use what we've got, and we will get the benefit. But we've got to be there for the long term. We've got to be committed. We can't say, oh, we're going to have a Minister for Asian Relations. No, now we're not. They get confused. They don't understand what we're doing. This government is committed. We've been there for a long time. We stay committed. And I really do believe that the Minister's report highlighted a whole range of future opportunities, and I commend her for doing it so. And I really urge her to push hard, go for it. You have the support of everyone here. I think you have the support of the wider business community. You have the wide support of our local multicultural societies. And you can do this for the benefit, but we need to all work together. Let's tap into everyone's knowledge. Let's come together. And I do want the opposition to come in and give that bipartisan support. That is also important as well. So thank you very much.